everyone. David Reinhardt with Geek Media, and I'm here with
John Day.
And what are we here to talk about?
We are here to talk about Disney Infinity. I'm a producer on Disney Infinity. We've been working on it for a couple of years, and it's a game all about playing with toys. This really, the entire game came about based on this idea that it's fun to take all of your toys, dump them on the floor, and just make up your own games and your own stories.
Now, when this was announced, of course, everyone's first reaction was, oh, Disney's doing their own version of Skylanders. Now that we've seen the game a bit, we've explored it, there is because Skylanders is all about just, playing through levels. I mean, there are levels to play, but then there's also the toy box mode, which is it's an evolution of what happened in Toy Story 3.
Right.
So, one of my first questions is how have you guys made the play sets, the actual story levels, more full-fledged than just, because the story mode in Toy Story 3 wasn't great. It was really all about the toy box.
Right. Now, the play sets that we have here are actually an evolution of the toy box mode from Toy Story 3. So they do have a heavy theme, like there's a Cars play set or a Pirates play set, but they do have missions, they do have customization you can do within that play set, and everything is themed heavily around the abilities of those characters. But at the same time, they're open world, they're non-linear, and so those are kind of an evolution of the toy box mode from Toy Story 3. Now, the toy box here is a whole lot more free form. This is about the player making up their own story using the toys any way they like and mixing and matching all those toys in ways never possible before.
Now, one of the big trepidations when the game was announced was that it's just another game where you're forced to make your own fun. Now, how have you guys stepped forward? How are you guys have a bunch of set game modes and playthroughs going to be available at launch so people can just play the game? Not everyone's creative.
Absolutely. No, it's a very, very valid concern. So the play sets, of course, are kind of a structured experience, and even the starter pack comes with 3 of those, and we figure those are about a 6-hour experience apiece. So right there, you've got about 18 hours of you don't have to build it, you can just play it experiences with all these great Disney properties. Now, in the toy box, it's true, you can build your own fun, you can share that with friends multiplayer, but we actually allow players to upload and download toy boxes from Disney. So if you don't want to build stuff, you can just download all the stuff everybody else has built and experience that.
Now, I am a huge Disney fanatic, which I assume you are too, because you're working on Disney Infinity.
I absolutely am.
But this was my last concern, or the concern I've been hearing about the game was that when you guys announced it, all of the toys you showed were either Pixar or Pirates, very, very modern Disney.
Sure,
now, can reassure viewers back home that the entire, we're not just going to focus on those really popular stuff. Are you going to mine the Disney catalog?
Absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. We have not forgotten the Disney fan who likes a little bit of the back catalog. It's true that Disney Infinity is a platform to support upcoming stuff, but like you mentioned earlier that you're a fan of the Haunted Mansion, it's actually my favorite ride at the park as well, and we actually have it as a set piece that we can bring into the toy box. It plays the music and everything, all right? So we've got elements from all sorts of the back catalog. We have leveraged all that Disney has to offer, and we will continue to do so moving forward. We have elements from ESPN, we have the Disney Channel, we have Radio Disney represented in this game. We've got Disney animation movies, Disney live-action movies like The Lone Ranger and Pirates of the Caribbean. We've got Pixar, we have the parks. We've tried to leverage everything Disney has to give the players the toys that they want to make the worlds they want to play in.
Now, you plop that Haunted Mansion down, but I do also have to ask, I'm a Florida boy, so are you going to have different versions of those, because the marquee, the Haunted Mansion, my Haunted Mansion does not look like that. It is a rundown mansion.
Right. The one mansion we have now is this, but this is a game that we're going to continue to develop moving forward. If you're a Florida boy, I think I can come up with something you may recognize. We can bring in the entire spaceship Earth from the Epcot Center, and we can do more than one. So you can build your own Disney World theme park using these set pieces, plus whatever you can kind of concoct yourself. The whole idea is not to limit the player. If they ask themselves a question, can I build this thing? Can I put together this type of game? Can I do this? But the answer is always yes.
Now, you can see here on the side of the screen you have your memory limit.
Right.
Now, I've played Create games before, and sometimes it's a little limiting. Now how big is the memory limit in this game?
Well, as you can see, just looking at this world here, it's a fairly expansive world. If I go back to kind of the perspective of a player, there's an awful lot going on here, and we've used, as you pointed out, about maybe a third or less of the available memory. So we could theoretically make this world 3 times as large, including filling it with enemies or NPCs, vehicles, before we run out of memory. It's actually something of a chore to really build a world that's too big.
Now, how are you guys dealing with the Skylanders comparison? Because seeing the game and having played the game, it is not the same, but that is a mind share you have to get over.
Absolutely it is. I mean, ultimately, the game, obviously we both use figures, we both have a base that allows us to kind of put those figures in the game, but that's really kind of where the similarities end. I think once people see some of the content that we have to offer, I mean, this is a game where I can build my own stuff, and of course, I have all of these Disney IPs I can leverage. You know, if you're a Tron fan, I'm a big Tron fan.
Me too.
Huge. So like here, you know, during this demo, you can't hear this because the booth is so loud, but when I jump here in this recognizer, you're actually going to hear Daft Punk coming through the speakers while you're flying it. Yeah. So to kind of really complete the experience. You know, and a lot of those set pieces like the Haunted Mansion, they play sound effects and audio as well. So we have this intellectual property that I'm just not sure can be matched by anyone.
Now, how is Disney Infinity going to come out for the next gen consoles, or is it going to, like, how is that going to work?
So we launch on August 18th, and so we're actually out ahead of the next gen consoles, so we're going to be available on pretty much everything that's available now. But we do see this as a platform that we're going to continue to support for years to come, and naturally that means we're going to have to look at what platforms it makes sense to be on at that time.
And one quick question. So Disney bought Marvel.
Right. Yes, they did.
And are there any plans to get some of that Marvel stuff in here? I know it's a little bit clashing, but I mean, that's people want to know.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely not lost on our fans that we own both Marvel and Lucasfilm. And so, well, we're not launching with any of that, right? But moving forward, I mean, we're trying to leverage everything Disney has to offer, and it's certainly something I would like to work on. You know, we're not doing it right now, but I hope we get to do it in the future.
So I mean, you said the date already, but just for everyone back home again, when are you coming out and on what platforms?
So this will be available August 18th of this year, and it'll be available for just about every platform. The Wii, the Wii U, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360. We will have a companion product on the 3DS for those who like to do handheld gaming. We'll have a mobile offering. We're trying to be everywhere.
Well, Disney Infinity looks to be an amazing experience, even if you don't want to create, even if you just want to play. So thank you so much for talking with us, and everyone should check out Disney Infinity when it comes out.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.